So amid the ongoing drama between A.J. Brown and the Philadelphia Eagles, reading inner excellence, not getting the football enough, the cryptic Instagram posts and things of that nature, Nick Sirianni has come out and said that he, quote, can't guarantee A.J. Brown will be back with the Eagles in 2026. Now, he did say that his expectation is that he wants to be here, and obviously you want good players like that in your building. However, him saying the expectation is he wants to be here is not the same as my expectation is that he will be here. Two very different sentences there, and people choose their words carefully. They will tell you things without even knowing that they are revealing any information. So first and foremost, all the Eagles fans out there, as we go through this, make sure you go down to the comments and leave us your thoughts there, because we want to know from boots on the ground what is the situation. Now, I will say I've got a friend. He's going to be the best man at my wedding. He lives in Philadelphia. He's an Eagles fan, and there's so much love from the fan base for A.J. Brown. But as of the last year, he's basically told me, like, they're over it. They're tired of it. So when you see A.J. Brown doing the podcast recently with former Patriots players, and he's saying whatever he's saying, like something, I don't know exactly what it was, but like Patriot forever, or always a Patriot, something like that. I can imagine them saying, look, man, you've been an all-pro here. You've won a Super Bowl. We've paid you all the money. You complained in that about not getting the football. We threw you the football, and then we lost games just to make you happy, but now you're angry that we're losing. What do you possibly want? I can understand them being at their end of this.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the Eagles right now. With A.J. Brown, you did not accomplish your ultimate goal. Like, there's no reason that Eagles offense should not be just mowing down teams every week, putting up points left and right. And I know the offensive line was a big issue for them last year, but you have A.J. Brown, you have Devontae Smith, you have Saquon Barkley. Jalen Hurts is still a dog. He can still win you football games. Like, what's the problem? And I think you look at just culture-wise in the building, like A.J. Brown might not fit the culture. And at what point does, his talent, what point is where the culture outweighs the talent, right? Like, is he bringing the team down to a point where it's not living up to the hype of his talent? Because if he's catching 2 passes for 22 yards in a game, which he had plenty of those kind of games this year, what's the point of even having him around? Because he is a diva. It's a diva that kind of says, screw it, like, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, he's not the Odell Beckham fighting the kicking net sort of diva. He's not the Antonio Brown diva. And I mean, A.J. Brown, he's been with the Eagles for 4 years. He's gone over 1,000 yards in all of those seasons. This past year was his least productive, but still had 1,003 yards and 7 touchdowns. He's had 7 touchdowns 3 straight seasons. So genuinely, it's not like he's playing bad football. It's not like he is a bad player. But to the point about him being a diva, again, it's different. He's just kind of like depressed almost, and it just seems like he can never be pleased.
No. So we got next team odds on A.J. Brown. And I think this is where it gets interesting, because when you look at the next team odds listed on DraftKings currently, the Philadelphia Eagles are -150 to retain A.J. Brown. I would think if you're the Eagles, it is still in your best interest to retain A.J. Brown as your wide receiver. Like, he is too talented. There are not enough wide receivers like A.J. Brown in the NFL. So, like, he's probably worth putting up with, because you did win.
Let me jump in real quick here. So -150 odds means there's a 60% implied chance, which, okay, there's still it's more likely than not. But to say there's only a 60% chance to get your best receiver back, like, that's kind of telling. There's a 40% chance he's out the door.
Yep. And then you have the New England Patriots coming in +175, which, if I'm A.J. Brown, I'm probably pushing for that in a way. Like, I want to go play for Vrabel. I think, who knows what's going to happen with Stephon Diggs. Like, I think Diggs is back. Obviously, he's under contract. But yeah, who knows? Yeah, I mean, who knows? Never know. Never know what's going to happen with Stephon Diggs. And, like, if I'm the Patriots too, I can't go into next season with Stephon Diggs and Mac Hollins as my 1A and 1B. Like, I need a high leverage guy. A.J. Brown's going to get his touches in New England, and he's going to get to at least play for a team that just went to the Super Bowl. I don't think the Patriots are going to do anything next year, realistically. But if you have A.J. Brown, you never know. And you got Drake May. So I think if I'm A.J. Brown, I'd probably rather go to New England than Philly. I've already won a Super Bowl in Philly. I don't want to be there at the end of the day. Let me go play for my old head coach.
Yeah, and I listened to a clip of him talking about Mike Vrabel, And he basically said when he was a young guy, he didn't understand why Vrabel was on him so hard, and he used to be annoyed by him, and then he realized he was trying to. You hear this all the time. I didn't realize that I wasn't mature enough to know he was trying to bring the best out of me. Yada yada yada. But the relationship does exist there. When AJ Brown got into the NFL as a rookie, he was playing for Mike Vrabel. Drake Maye is this young, ascending, talented quarterback who's an MVP sort of contender. The Patriots don't have the most cap space in the world this offseason, but they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th. 10th in cap space with $42.7 million. So you move some things around, you can create even more, and that means you, by all means, have the financial ability to go get AJ Brown. So if he is going to leave the Eagles, it seems overwhelmingly likely he would be going to New England.
Yeah, definitely. So any other teams on this list that catch your eye, Grant, like the Buffalo Bills for 8-1? They need a high leverage wide receiver. The Tennessee Titans 10-1, Dolphins 10-1. I don't think those teams are really in the mix. I think Bills potentially for 8-1. It would be a really good fit for him, I think, in Buffalo. I don't know if they'll make it happen though.
It would be a good fit for him in Buffalo, and it would be a good fit for Buffalo. They've needed that downfield receiver that they just have never really had it, I guess, aside from Stephon Diggs. He was more intermediate, but someone to occupy those spaces beyond 10, 15 yards past the line of scrimmage. They've needed someone for a long time, and AJ Brown does finally give that to them. And you'd probably see Josh Allen. I mean, he would still be throwing the football, but it wouldn't be hero throws. He would actually have a reliable target he could go to. So he makes sense. The 49ers at 12-1, I think, is an interesting one because Eagles fans would hate that because they've got this recent rivalry with the 49ers. But the 49ers do need a guy like that. They're losing so many offensive weapons. I mean, Kittle is getting old, coming off a torn Achilles. McCaffrey is getting old. They don't have true number one wide receivers. Ayuk is gone. Debo left recently. So he makes sense there. And then I would say, I mean, even the teams at the bottom of the list, the Broncos at 14-1 and the Chiefs at 16-1, both those AFC teams, Chiefs kind of in a similar place where, again, Kelsey, old, don't have a top receiving threat really, Rashee Rice, but he might be going to jail as well, so we'll see what happens there. And then the Broncos, you just got to get a weapon for Bo Nix. You've given him the best offensive line in football. You've given him a top 3 defense in football. He's insulated, but he doesn't have a guy to help him personally. He has a team to help the team, but he doesn't have his guy. And AJ Brown could be his guy.
Definitely. Well, where do you think AJ Brown ends up? That's the question. Before we wrap it up here, the Eagles, yeah, I do too. I don't think the Eagles can afford to get rid of him in the end of the day. He might not be worth it culture-wise, but he's too talented of a guy just to let walk out the door, unless you get a serious trade package for him, which is very possible for the Patriots would have to give up.
Yeah, if they traded him, they being the Eagles, they would take on a dead cap hit of more than $40 million. So, paying $40 million for him not to be on your team, and I get it. You'd get players, you'd get picks, you'd get whatever, but that's a pretty steep hit. And even if they wait to do it after June 1st, then it's still $20 million of dead cap hits. So,
which you'd have to get a pretty enticing package back, and that's why it is minus 150. I mean, the Patriots can find a receiver elsewhere. They might not be AJ Brown, but the Patriots do need some receivers, and whether that's your focus in the draft or not, Patriots need some high-end leverage guys that can, beat people down the field. And AJ Brown's that guy. But yeah, I just don't think financially it works out.
For sure.
Anyways, Grant, that was Ride the Line.
It was a good one. If you guys enjoyed, make sure that you are hitting the like buttons, shared as well with all of your friends. Subscribe so you never miss out on any of our future uploads. And as we've said throughout here, we make this video for you guys. So if you got any thoughts, make sure you throw them down in the comments below. We'll be responding to all of them.
Yep. Football is heating up, guys. Make sure you continue to like, share, subscribe, do it all. And we will see you next time on another episode of Ride the Line. Good. That was fun.